Hello everyone! In this episode I'd like to show you two new templates that we have in Microsoft List. So let's see what we have. So if we go to the 9 dots, we can search for the Microsoft List, or we can create it directly from Sharepoint, as you know. So I'll click on Microsoft List and I will click on New List. Here we have the regular ways to create a blank list from existing list, from Excel or from CSV. If we scroll down, we'll see two new templates: travel request with approval and content schedule with approval. So let's choose one of them. It's very similar. I'll choose the travel request with approval. We'll see a preview. What's important is that we have a special column which is called approval status. You see, it can be not submitted, it can be rejected, approved, or requested. So let's use the template. We'll give it a name, choose an icon and a color, and we will choose if it to save it in SharePoint or in my list. So I have a site which is called US Sales, and I will click on create. So actually the template is the same, but it has a new functionality, and we'll see how we do it. So we'll click on new and we will enter the data. The trip is to New York City, and description is not important. Requester is Ligu, and destination, let's say New York City again, pizza. And start date, we'll choose a date, and end date will be as well a date, and airline doesn't matter, we'll put some fee, $100. Hotel will be Hilton, and it will cost $100. Let's save it. So now we have an item, and you see we have a special column which is called approval status. Now if I'm guessing, they're using the sign off possibility. I'll show you later how they use it, but it's a bit different. So until now we can still enter and change the things. It's not submitted. So actually now you see that this status is here, but I think we cannot change this. If we want to activate or start the process, we need to click here on not submitted, and actually here we can add name, add approvals. Currently I don't see if you can set it up predefined, but let's say Alex will approve. And you notice here, if I have multiple names, then I can request all approvers to, there's a toggle here. So if I put here Ligu, you see I can either require a response from all approvers or not. So let's keep it like this. Let's put some details. Please approve. And we're submitting it. So it's a first stage that of entering the data. Second is manually requesting. We see here that actually the approval request was created. You see the status has been changed to requested. Now as far as I know, it's using the approval app within Teams. Currently I have it open, so let's refresh it, and we should get it doesn't send it by mail or anything. It seems that you need to have this approval app in Teams. I'm using the web now, but actually it should work also on the desktop. So you see New York City is requested, the source is SharePoint, the date we see who sent it, and now we will actually, I'm in Alex, which is also the approver. So what he can do, he can click here and he can see the link to the document, or actually to the item, and he can see who started it, who requested, and he has here approve, reject. We can also follow up, cancel the request, or reassign to somebody. So I will approve. I'll click approve. We all see this, the status here has changed from requested to approve. And if we go back to the list, we'll see that it was changed from requested to approved. We should see that it's approved. It's not yet drilled down, but let's look again. Just a second. This is approved, and we might be not in the same list. Let's look at the item itself. Maybe we're talking about a different list. Here we are, travel request. Probably it's a different. Okay, maybe later, and we will request, and it's not doing anything, so it has not been updated. Now it is. Okay, great. Okay, so the experiment has been working. So you see now it's approved. Now I just want to show you the old way that we did that. If I just create a list, and just a second, I'll go to new and choose list, and I will take a blank list, give it a name demo, and actually here we go. If I go to integrate, I have Power Automate and configure flows. Here by default it's activated, but I can turn it off. I can also here request sign off, which is actually what we're doing. This is the old way before we had templates. So if I save it this way and I create a new item, I will refresh and I will mark this item, and actually what we can do is here under automate we have request sign off for this item specifically. So here it's opening an item with all of the connections, and we have approver, notify, and Sharepoint. We'll click create, and actually we will need to enter who is the approver. Of course, everything can be done through Power Automated directly. So I'll say the approver is Alex. And this is, I'm showing you just the previous way before we had the templates. So you see this has been run. You see the sign off status has been added, and it's currently pending. In the same app, if we go there, we will actually see a request that has been sent to the person that was defined as the requester, and actually you will get a mail, or not a mail, a request. He will click and he can approve. So it seems like it's using the same thing, just in a simpler way. So this is what I wanted to show you. You can test it for the next template as well when it comes to your tenant. Goodbye and have a good day.